All right, this is going to be an awesome video. This is a 9-acre tract on Bryant Creek in Douglas County, Missouri. This property has an old homestead, which would have been one of the original homesteaders in Douglas County. Well, we'll talk more about that, but let's look at the property. There's Bryant Creek where it borders the property. Bryant Creek is an extremely popular and well-known creek. Flows south down into Norfolk Lake. Beautiful, very clear, spring-fed creek. You can fish, you can swim, you can float, canoe and kayak and all that good stuff. What we're seeing there, if you look on the right, that's Hunter Creek flowing into the Bryant Creek. So we're extremely close to the Veracruz Conservation Area. Hunter Creek runs through that and joins with Bryant Creek just a couple hundred feet west of the property. So I mean, you can go right down to the creek on your own property and potentially walk down to Hunter Creek and check that out. I mean, both are beautiful. Really quickly, if you look where the tractor is, where that's doing some mowing, that's directly on the property. In the back, you can see the property rises up. It goes back to the north. So we're looking north. The property, from where we are, the property starts at the creek, encompasses that meadow where the tractor is doing the mowing there, and then goes up the hill and levels off toward the top of the hill. We're going to take a quick look here at Bryant Creek. It looks like this video was actually taken going into the winter time. So this is, I guess, fall or late fall. The trees should have already turned. Some of them have. In fact, the walnut trees you'll see have already lost their leaves. But it was kind of it's been an interesting year as far as weather here in the Ozarks. Now we're looking back, you can see Hunter Creek. Hunter Creek, by the way, is crystal clear. It looks almost murky, but that's because there's a huge sand deposit right there. So you're actually looking at the sand. And then Bryant Creek, of course, is very, very clear as well. Both Bryant Creek and Hunter Creek, after a major rain, when the water levels up, yeah, then they'll get stirred up, but generally they're extremely clear. There's a beautiful gravel and sand beach area right on this property that you can see there. Looking north, I don't have the exact, you can see the power right at the south edge of the meadow. The truck is parked on the property, the tractor is mowing the property. I don't have the exact dimensions as far as width. I believe it's a couple hundred feet wide, so it's not the entire meadow. That trailer to the left there, I believe that's parked just off the property. So everything to the right of that trailer you saw to the mowed area. See, he's finishing up mowing the center of the meadow. As we look, there's the county road. Awesome property. It has county road crossing the south, and then it borders the county road on the north. So what we're looking at right now is the historic home site, which is literally right on the property. It's amazing. You got to check out the ground video to see that. There's an old concrete foundation. There are stacked stone walls from, I assume, hundreds of years ago. We located a couple, look like oak trees that are potentially the oldest and biggest trees that we've ever seen. We did some online research and found that the two of the trees in the yard by the old homestead could be 300 years old or more. So that's pretty unbelievable. As we look to the north, the property rises up steeply once you get past the old homestead. Basically covered in mature timber, red oak, white oak, some beautiful pine trees on this property, hickory trees, walnut trees, all kinds of mature timber on this tract. Old timber. Like we said, those oak trees in the yard were potentially the oldest trees we've ever seen on a property. They were just enormous. Okay, so the drone is flying northerly. We're getting toward the north side of the property where it begins to level off. Now the cool thing is it actually borders a county road on the north side. So you've got access to that north end without having to do a road or trail going up the hill. So I think what we're going to do is probably spin around and take a look at the property that way. So that's the county road that borders the property on the north. You can check out all the maps on the website. All the information. If the property is still available, then you will see it on the website, InstantAcres.com, if we haven't already said that. That meadow you see in the background is west of the property. That's not on the property. There you can see Bryant Creek off in the distance. So again, we're now at the north side of the property, and we're going to turn around and look south. There we go, that's a little better. It can be hard to get positioned with that drone. I'm not sure who's flying it here, but they are actually doing a pretty good job. So there's the county gravel road. We're looking southerly at the north side of the property. It's got a little slope as far as east to west on that north side, but definitely potential to do a building site or a campsite up there. I mean, you could camp in that meadow area. Yeah, you could potentially build, but obviously that meadow area would be a flood zone, being adjacent to a major river or creek. Okay, so that's a pretty good overview. I mean, you got to come check out the timber. It's amazing. The home site is just almost too amazing for words. You've got to watch that video where we check that out and explore it a little bit. The history of the town. Oh, there was a Civil War battle basically right where you are. It was called the Battle of Veracruz. You can look it up. Veracruz. There was also a Battle of Veracruz in Mexico during the Mexican-American War or something that's not related to this. This was a small Civil War battle. Basically, the troops were right in that meadow, right in the town of Veracruz, which is what we're looking at right now, which was the county seat, which was later changed to Ava for Douglas County. But this was the county seat back in the day. The old homestead was right there, I'm sure, during the Civil War battle and all that good stuff. It was likely the home for the people that owned the mill on Hunter Creek, which was just a couple hundred feet to the west. If you get out here, you'll see a rock building. It's not on the property, it's a couple hundred feet to the east, and that was the old general store and post office. And just really interesting that, you know, this particular tract would have been one of the hot spots to have that homestead there. And the original stacked stone we found is fascinating. I mean, you really just have to see it. There's never been another property like this that we've ever seen. So now we're flying southerly back toward the meadow and the river. Obviously, it's sloping downhill steeply now. Total height difference, as I look at the topo map on the other side of my screen, the total height difference from that meadow area where the truck is parked to the north end of the property is about 250 feet. So although it's not a bluff, I mean, it's steep. If you're good on a piece of equipment, if you know what you're doing, you could potentially cut a trail or a road, but at the same time, why bother? Because you have access to the north end with that county road. And he's just about done mowing. Unbelievable property, just unbelievable. The old homestead alone is something you'll never see. The Veracruz Conservation Area, by the way, is open for additional hunting, public hunting, if you want to do that. There are some campsites there. I mean, you'll probably want to camp on your own property. Standard property covenants in place to protect your investment and keep everything looking good. It doesn't affect 98% of people. So if you have any questions, let us know. InstantAcres.com. Never had one like this. We will never have another one like this. There is no other property like this. Check out the other videos. Check out the website. Ask us any questions. Email us at sales@instantacres.com. But your first stop, if you're not already there, and you might be if you're watching this video, first stop should be our website, InstantAcres.com. We hope to hear from you.